Hi, I'm Immaculate Mary. Nice to connect with all of you. I want to start with a very famous quote by Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. That's what he said. And I truly believed education is the only weapon to break the cycle of poverty. Yes, as a first generation learner, I grew up with many challenges coming from a socially disadvantaged community. And my parents said, education is the only way it's going to take you forward. And they really worked hard. And as a child, accessing the quality education or even to find a better transport to reach the school was a very challenging experience for me. What made difference is the good teachers who guided. Yes, the teachers were second parent for me to be where I am today. And that is where, as an edupreneur, as a social entrepreneur, or as a social development practitioner, I took my journey. I consciously went to study psychology as my graduation. Then I specialized Masters in Social Work from Stella Maris College, Madras University, and came out as a gold medalist. When I say gold medalist, it doesn't mean that I was top of the world. But when further I went to Jawaharlal Nehru University to do my social medicine and community health, I realized many things I do not know. I have to start from zero to learn the world and how all these social stratification and how this poverty really makes vulnerable for many communities, for the children who are growing in that scenario. And that is where my inspiration was always to change the world for these children. And I began the journey to work with children living in poverty and developing different tools of education based on life skills and English, communication. That was one of the major barriers. As a co-founder of Ignis Careers, we started our journey with 140 farmers' children in Banapuram village in Telangana state, where we realized that many girl children were getting married early by the age of 14, 15, or they're getting drop off, or from a small village when they're transitioning to a town and a city, a first generation learner had a lot of challenge. And we began to work with these children in depth, and we designed the curriculum. And we started the work with the 2 community volunteers who we trained as the teachers. And since then, since 2009, we work with more than 35,000 teachers community and 3 lakhs children. So the primary thing we see the challenge to resolve here, I've taken personally, is many schools have been imparting learning programs, but it is most kind of exam centered or rote learning based, which does not impart real life skills, which is essential for especially the poor children or who are parents who are investing a lot to make education difference in their life. So these children turn unemployed. So there is no way for them to go up in their life. And that is where a very systematic curriculum or period of 10 years research we evolved called English and Life Skills Lab in many of the schools across 5 to 6 states. And now I head the I4 Connect Foundation since 2020 March. We realized that children not only in the schools require this kind of support, but children outside the school also requires this kind of support, where they are growing up in institutions, juvenile care homes, orphanages, and there are children who are continue to live in poverty, being on the streets. So started partnering with many NGO organizations, with government schools to reduce these vulnerabilities, and that is where the journey is moving on. So the message I want to give for the women here is, yes, make your education meaningful in your life and never stop learning. Learning is a lifelong journey. Believe in your power to empower others and turn your dreams to reality. And I want to thank especially the Assist World Record, Happiness and Success Academy, Happiness and Success and Empowerment Trust, which empowers the women across the world. And thank you for this opportunity.